Alright, this is super hard to see because there's no Chico. Alright guys, just picked up a new rifle today. This is the Black Creek BCL Siberian 2, I believe it's called. We'll take a look here. I hope you can see BCL SRV2 Siberian, chambered in 5.56. This is the Canadian alternative to the AR platform, since our government deemed ARs were too dangerous. So Canadian company stepped in and made this rifle. So we'll do just a quick unboxing here, and we'll do some testing tomorrow. But they cut this sticker here in front of me at the store, so it was brand new, never opened. And I was a little bit surprised with how sparse this this thing comes. So I've been noticing, if you check my last video on the M&P 10, the guns are shipping with much less each day. So this is a $1,700 Canadian rifle, and what you get is you get a box with some foam and the rifle, one magazine, no stickers, no cable lock, no case, no owner's manual. Even now the owner's manual is being done online, so you have to scan that, so you don't have a physical book. I'm gonna have to go online to see how to take this thing apart, because it is slightly different than an AR in well, one, it's piston driven, so that's going to be the big difference, and then just a few other similarities but differences. So this is really my first time handling the firearm, so bear with me. From my understanding, it should have yeah, so this is adjustable. Still pretty stiff right now, but you could see this is adjustable. This should fold. Look how stiff this is. Oh my god. There we go. So it folds. You can see. Well, obviously you can't fire it when it's folded because it's covering the ejection port. So it's not like the I think the AK-47s, when you fold them, you could still fire them. I might be wrong. I don't know. I've never really shot an AK aside from Vegas. So let's see, what do you got? You've got the Made in Canada symbol here. You've got the bolt catch. So this is just a catch, not actually a release from my understanding. So yeah, see, so it catches the bolt, but oh, it will release. Okay, so it is an ambi release. Okay, so somebody on YouTube said that this is just a catch, but it will release if you push it up. Magwell, flared magwell, so you can see it's beveled and it's got a bit of a flare to it. Not bad. Magazine releases on this side rather than this side, so a little bit different than an AR. This I don't like, how this kind of moves on its own when it's charged. I mean, not that it would ever get in the way or hinder anything, but I don't know, just seems a little weird that it's not under control. You've got some flush cups here for QD mounts on the stock and here, both sides. What else? You've got the ejection port, obviously. Label, ambi safety, free floated handguard with a full Picatinny rail. M-lock, obviously, on the bottom and the sides. So it looks pretty good. This is an 18.6-inch barrel. And I have to be honest, it's pretty balanced and light. It's not too heavy. It feels pretty good considering it's got such a long barrel. We'll see how it handles when you're actually firing it. But let's see the trigger. That's the only thing I haven't really tested. So let's see if you could see it. So here it's charged, obviously unloaded, and so look at this. Oh, that's bad. So let's see if we can see the reset. So you could see, look at this. This is all squishy, hasn't reset yet. So it's got quite a bit of take up. You can see it still hasn't reset. So I'll let it out and you'll hear it reset. So it's got quite a long reset, and it's just kind of gritty, and oh, obviously it's just a cheap mil-spec trigger. Like, look at this. I'm putting some pressure and it's not breaking. So I mean, I don't know. This is definitely gonna have to go. Yeah, that's probably one of the worst AR triggers out of the box. It looks like these two pins should be AR compatible. I did read online that they have a list, I guess, of triggers that are compatible and aren't. So hopefully the Geisleys that I have will just pop right in. Safety seems good. It's ambi, obviously. Not much else to cover on this initial unboxing. The one thing I will say is the first person on YouTube to have videos about it was showing some groups at 100 yards, and it left a lot to be desired. It was kind of grouping at 2.5 inches at 100. So I'm going to do something a little different than I normally would. I'm going to run this with a scope rather than just a red dot. I'm going to stretch it out to 100 yards, see what I can group with. I believe I have 55 grain, 66 grain, and I do have a few match grade 223s that I might try. We'll see. I don't want to waste good ammo if this thing's not shooting. If this thing's shooting 2.5 inches, I'm not going to waste good ammo on it. Because I don't think it'll make that much of a difference. But nevertheless, we'll give it a go tomorrow, and I will report back. And here's your first look. So yeah, all in all, pretty good quality. Seems well built. Fit and finish is tight. And the only thing left to do is see how she shoots. Stay tuned. So, very first round failed to feed for whatever reason. Let's try this with the nose on the server. And still won't feed. Let's switch around. And a jet. Alright guys, welcome back. So you saw the unboxing. I had a chance to take this out and shoot it this morning, and I walked away with mixed feelings about it. It shoots well. I did have that one hiccup that you saw in the video with this. This is a 10 round. This is made for Canadian 223-556 pistols. So it'll fit in the AR platform just like a PMag would, and this one just didn't feed reliably, so we had to use the 5-round PMags, which just a combination of shooting it from a port today was just really not a good range trip. The PMag would hit the table because you have to shoot seated. I couldn't get high enough, and at first, if you saw in the video, I was running this Bushnell to try to test out accuracy. Well, the rings were way too low with this stock. This has no cheek weld, and just couldn't get comfortable. I don't know if it picked up in the video, just I was struggling to find the reticle. Just couldn't get anything going with it. So I think after 3 or 4 shots, I abandoned this, and I put on my Vortex Spark. Well, of course, the Spark, look how low that's sitting. So that was a complete waste of time as well, because again, with the way the stock is, I just, it needs to be higher, and unfortunately that's all I had. So I tried to make do, just peeking down, and again it was a struggle to find the dot, but nevertheless, aside from being able to test the accuracy, the reliability was fine. It functions really well. It does shoot softer, I would say, than an AR-15 because of that piston system. It really didn't have much recoil. I will say that it was one of the softer ones, and I don't even have like any brake on it or anything like that. I mean, not that the brake would really tame a 223 that much, or a 556. So I do think it shoots a little bit softer. Going for my next trip, I just threw this Aimpoint Pro on so you could see. I think this is the way you'd have to run it. It has to be elevated because there's just this was just way too low, and that was a mistake on my part. I didn't even think about it. I grabbed an optic and I just threw it in the bag, not realizing that it wouldn't fit. So all in all, functioned really well. I just wanted to show you my Shorty AR-15 here, just to compare from what I was saying in the video earlier, the unboxing about the trigger. So this is just an ALG. This is the subsidiary of Geisley. I believe it's their sister company. Just their ALG Combat, I think it's called. $90 trigger. So nothing spectacular, but So you'll see very smooth and crisp. I'll try to slow it down, but there's no creep. Like there's nothing here. There's no creep. If I push pressure, it's going to break. So there's, oh wait, maybe a little. The reset, much smoother. So very nice. And then I'll just show you this one again. So this one, again, it's got all that play, wiggle room. You know, it takes a lot of pressure to actually fire it. So like you could see, like, you know, I'm putting pressure here. I'm trying to demonstrate. And look, there, it just got stuck. Watch, it's going to go forward a bit. See, it actually got stuck there on its own. So it's just, I have to say, in practice, when I was shooting, I didn't really find it limiting me. Now, mind you, I wasn't doing any precision target practice, or I was just, you know, mostly testing for function just to make sure it works. I didn't find it was, you know, oh my God, this is terrible. You know, for what it's going to be used for, you know, namely just plinking and rapid fire for me at least. I think it'll be fine, but if I can get a Geisley in there, I'm definitely going to change it out. You'll see that the pins match. So I'm pretty sure from what I said yesterday, I do think that most Geisley triggers will fit in here. There's just a few that might not. So we'll get this out of the way. This one is much lighter, that being because it has a 7.5-inch barrel and no optic. But this is actually lighter than my my DPMS AR-15, and definitely shoots softer. So as far as weight goes, it's not bad considering it's got an 18.6-inch barrel, a full aluminum handguard. I think they could have shaved a little more weight by milling out this little, I guess, 3 and 9 o'clock positions. If they milled it out like they did here, you shave a little bit of weight, but not too bad. It balances really nice. That's the one thing I will say, is it balances really nice. The only thing I really don't like is the stock. I just couldn't get comfortable with it today. And I don't know if the added height of the aim point is going to make any difference. Only time will tell, but I'm really not a fan of this stock. I run the Magpul ACS on my other two AR-15s, and I think that one's just a Magpul CTR on the shorty. So I'll see if you can change these. I don't know how though, because I think there's no buffer tube, right? So it's not the traditional AR-15 stock that'll go on the buffer tube. But anyways, we'll try. We'll see what we can come up with. So I'll just do a quick takedown. So just what I was saying yesterday is, like, you see how stiff everything is? Like even here, like look, I'm pushing and this thing won't collapse. Like look how stiff it is. This too, like look how stiff this is. You know, I'm fighting it, and I don't know if it's going to loosen up or not. The trigger is stiff as heck, but then look at these pins. They just pop out super easy. It's kind of funny. So anyways, receiver lower, very much AR-ish. Again, the trigger assembly, I hope you can see, looks almost identical to an AR-15. I'm not sure if there's any differences, but just a quick glance, it looks identical. So I don't think there's any difference there. And that's why you don't have coffee on your table. So bolt, they use a different system. It's 2 springs. So it's 2 springs on recoil guide rods. And, you know, you got your bolt here. Looks similar to an AR-15 bolt. I'm not going to take it out just yet, but look how clean it is. You know, few boxes of ammo, sparkling. Like look how clean these guide rods are. So I think that comes down to the piston doing all the pushing. So the gas, as opposed to an AR-15 with the gas, you know, accumulating and carbon gunking up, this one just kind of does its own thing. And I believe, I haven't read the owner's manual yet. I know I should. But I believe they say every 1,000 rounds, I believe it was, that you have to take this, take it apart and clean out the piston. I'm probably not going to do it that often. I mean, I don't think it's necessary. I don't know. Maybe it is. Who knows? we'll see how it goes. I have no clue how to get this back in, so I'm going to pause it, clean this coffee, and we'll come back. Well, guys, I had to clean up the coffee. I asked my wife to baby bird me some M&Ms, and she refused to. My hands are filthy. I can't get them myself. All she had to do was pick some up and throw them in my mouth like a baby bird. But I guess that's too much to ask, so no M&Ms for me. So anyways, I got this thing back together. The one thing that you have to watch out for is the bolt. Just like an AR-15, the bolt has to be in the forward position. So I don't know, you probably won't see it, but there's a slot right there. So the bolt, the retaining will slide in, and then it'll go in. So if you don't have that bolt forward, it won't go. These pins here are retained just like on an AR-15, so nice touch. Fit and finish looks really good. Machining looks good. Again, pointing out the flared magwell looks really good. Trigger guard needs to go. This is garbage. I don't know why they did it. It's not very roomy. They should have used a Magpul enhanced of some sort. And then the fit and finish there, it's a little lacking. There's that space. I've had I think I had an ergo grip that actually sells the pistol grip, but it also has a rubber insert to fill up that hole. So, you know, a little touch like that would have been nice. Just, you know, I mean, Magpul sells them for $9, so I can't imagine how much money they saved using this just for a polymer one, but nevertheless, that's what it is. And again, here, no buffer tube because it's a piston. So putting it back together, same thing. Goes in, pop your pins in. They go in pretty easy. Function test. So all in all, it looks good, runs well. I'm not sure how to lubricate or how often to lubricate a piston gun. My AR-15s I like to run extremely wet, so I lube them up each time. Not necessarily clean them, just lube them up. But I'll look into that and try to report back. And once I get this thing settled in with an optic that fits the rifle, I'll do some accuracy testing. But in the meantime, hit me up with any questions you have. Anything you'd like to see me perform or run. I have the ability of 25, 50, and 100 yards. If you want to see me shooting steel with it, let me know. Leave some comments down if there's anything I missed. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. This bad boy set me back $2 grand to do this little project. So anything you can do to help would be greatly appreciated. So that means hitting the subscribe button. Okay, guys, thanks. Look forward to the comments.